What is going on, everyone? Okay, so today we have a completely different video. We're going to talk about the DVSA and what's been going on recently. It's come to the media's attention that they have basically been going around inspecting stores and checking to see what illegal scooters are being sold to the public. But this is my issue. If I buy a scooter that's 250 watts, what's the difference between their scooter and my scooter? If my scooter only does 15.5, just like theirs does, why can't I use mine on the road? Why do I have to rent theirs? You know, it's kind of misleading. So you're legally saying I can rent your scooter and put money in your pocket, but I can't own my own scooter to use. That's the way I see it. But before we get into that, I just want to bring up the MSVA application. Now, if you guys look at my computer screen here, you will notice it says the page is not found. I am very much aware. I have been seeing the messages flooding in. There's too many of you lot right now. So bear with us. Let us fly through a few applications and we will get to the rest of it. But with that being said, let's continue with today's story. So as you can see over here, this is the main title of the story. It seems like thousands of people are breaking the law by just using an e-scooter, and they don't seem to realise. Now, this story is published and it gives us a bit of information.
90% of e-scooter inspections have found devices are being sold in an unlawful manner, a new Labour Party report has revealed. The AA said the rules for e-scooters are either misunderstood or thousands of people are openly breaking the law.
Now you see, the issue here is that, like I said at the beginning of the video, what's the difference between the government scooter and the scooter you can personally buy yourself? It seems like they would rather you rent their scooters just so that they can make extra money out of us.
A total of 42 out of 47 visits to e-scooter retailers by Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, DVSA, officials in the year to the end of April found the devices being sold either illegally or without proper guidance of legal restrictions.
So basically, it's just going to get extended and extended and extended. The question is, how much money are they making off of this? Okay. Continues to fall within the motor vehicle. We have e-scooters. Okay, so they're 500 watts. No more than one person. Exceed 15.5. So hold on a minute. Why are e-bikes in a whole completely different category? What is this? And then look, they put all of this other orders together. That's basically what's going to allow them to take other people's scooters.
In addition, to achieve this, and in agreement with trial areas, we have issued vehicle orders under S44 and S63.527 of the Road Traffic Act 1988 for vehicles of particular operators assessed as being suitable to participate in trials. Labour Party Minister Simon Lightwood attributed the rate to poor levels of compliance being found in the online marketplace. He wrote, "In that year, DVSA's market surveillance unit looked into higher proportions sold in online markets due to apparent shifts in the way such items are sold."
This story is based off of this video.
They're
here.
everywhere, zipping through traffic, across pavements, and even weaving down roads.
But catching them is no easy task.
Here's the thing, most people don't realise they're breaking the law when it comes to riding their e-bike or e-scooter.
E-bikes and e-scooters are also quite commonly used in crime. So today we're here at Charles Cross Police Station in Plymouth. We're going to go out with the teams on the ground and we're going to show you how we deal with the illegal and irresponsible use of e-scooters and e-bikes. Now we need to try and understand what exactly makes an e-bike or an e-scooter illegal. So we've got a couple of examples that we've seized in previous operations. Let's go and have a look at those and I'll try and explain how it works. Now this is a perfect example of a disastrous e-bike, and this one is completely illegal. So let's have a look at it.
Okay, I just want you all to notice here, they picked the worst of all bikes they could find in that garage, I guarantee you. It's like, what?
And I'll try and explain why.
That's crazy.
Now,
And I'd also just like to mention, you'd never catch me riding this. There's 100 ways you could get electrocuted from that, I'll tell you from now.
an e-bike to be legal, it's electrically assisted pedal cycle. Now what that means is that the motor must help the pedals in its simplest form. So what it's doing is it's assisting the pedaling. It can't be so that it goes on its own without the pedals, and your e-bike must have pedals on it for obvious reasons. So if we look at this one, we'll see that this one has been adapted with an aftermarket kit. So you can buy these things that go in, but a lot of this is illegal, and you can see this is all really untidy. It's probably a fire risk as well, but we'll have a look at that afterwards. So with this one, if you turn it on, you can see that just by twisting the throttle here, the back wheel will spin at quite a considerable rate. Now it's not allowed to do that. On some bikes, it's got walk assist, and that means that the electric motor will work up to a maximum speed of 3.7 mile an hour, and that's called walk assist. You see that sometimes on...
That's correct. But you know, I've got to fast forward on this a little bit, because...
on its own, under its own power.
Here, this is what I'm looking for.
To be able to run... simple to explain. Now, an e-scooter is technically a mechanically propelled vehicle, and that's because it goes on its own under its own power. Now, to be able to ride or drive a mechanically propelled vehicle, you need to have your driving license, you need to have insurance, it needs to be taxed, and you cannot get insurance for one of these things. There is no company that will insure an e-scooter that is privately owned, so that makes it illegal for you to be able to use it on the road as it currently stands. Now, for ones that are in a hire scheme...
See this here, this is what we need to understand. What's the government trials? The government 18 approved trials.
He went on. The only e-scooters allowed legally on public roads in England are those involved in the government's 18 approved trials. However, either that message is misunderstood or thousands of people are openly breaking the law. The e-scooter trials launched in July 2020 and were initially intended to run until November 2021. They have since been extended 5 times and are currently due to end in May 2028. Extension. Reason for extension. To March 2022. To allow time for gathering evidence following a slower than expected start to trials during the COVID-19 pandemic. To November 2022. After DFT issued updated guidance in February 2022 designed to enhance existing safety measures. To May 31st, 2024. To allow DFT to reflect on the further analysis or evidence that may be needed and would be beneficial. To May 2026. To enable DFT to build on current learning across areas including usage, safety, and environmental impacts, and to explore changing travel patterns since the coronavirus pandemic and as e-scooters become more embedded in public life. To May 2028. To help fill evidence gaps and gather new learning around e-scooter safety, the impact of local area characteristics, how e-scooters contribute to meeting new government missions. This will ensure we have the best possible evidence base to inform how to DJI.
So, what makes my scooter not suitable? Because if some of these people are out here with 250 watts, and I'm pretty sure we've just seen a scooter of 250 watts, maybe no more than 350 watts, okay, at max, right? But these are 500 watts. It doesn't make sense. It really does not add up. Okay, hold on a second. What's this about the cycle assist? I clocked that one out of nowhere.
E-scooters that already meet vehicle construction and approval requirements can also be used in trials. In this definition, after considering consultation responses, we decided to allow e-scooters to be used up to a maximum speed of 15.5 miles per hour. This matches the speed limit for electrically assisted pedal cycles, EPCs. Geofencing technology could allow for greater flexibility for lower speeds, where appropriate, across trial areas.
Right, so this doesn't make any sense to me, because there has to be a specific weight of the vehicle which is acceptable. Now look, from 350 watts to 500 watts is what the motor limit is. But so why is the e-bike not allowed to do 15.5? There's so many tricks to this trade, it's crazy. And if you guys are wondering, yeah, I've done my application. I'm waiting for my email to come through to let me know about an appointment. I guarantee you, right, this is the best option you're going to do, is apply. As soon as you see that website, my website, come back up for right here, for this page, okay, you want to be first in line. What can I say? Sign up to the email list on the website, and we'll let you guys know as soon as it comes back around. But as it comes for this whole entire e-scooter situation and these trials, this does not make no sense to me, because first of all, the motors are more powerful than an actual e-bike, and well, as we can see, so yeah, as I was just saying, as we can see here, the scooter and the e-bike are capable of doing the same speed. The only difference is you have to pedal the e-bike. The scooter, you can push it. Also, where was it? Right here. I'm pretty sure the e-bikes are the same weight. So it doesn't really make no sense with a smaller motor as well, which is very, very confusing. But yeah, on that note, like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. I just feel like we're being scammed by the government at this point. I really do.